I wouldn't say that this is me giving up on life. You can't just give up on life. You have to take action, and that's something else entirely. What this really is me just saying no. I'm not a stranger to threats. And I'm not a stranger to calling the hand. These are no bluffs. These are real threats. They will take everything. This is not me giving up on life. This is just me saying no. In this particular circumstance, it is the Canadian consensus in which is obligated by law. But no. I don't respond well to threats. So, go through with it. From the get-go, the things in which I've been willing to give up for my autonomy to say no has been redirected at me as choice to be hurt. I'm saying no, and then other people are going to do things. Along with all of this other stuff. My power bills? No. Rent? I get my parents to pay the rent. If I interact with the landlord, any threat is just, okay, go ahead. Do what you're going to do. I'm not giving up on life. I'm actively choosing to stay when faced with choice. I'm actively choosing to stay. But I just stacking the deck. And unfortunately, I think moving forwards that yet again I'm going to be surprised by my ability to stay and survive no matter what. I'm not giving up on life. I'm saying no, and I've always been ready to accept consequence. But later on, saying that right now, I am willing to accept horrible things happening to me in the future in full knowing that when they happen, I'm going to look back at this moment and say I should have done different, but retrospect, that'll be something I'll deal with then. That'll be my future self's problem. As for here, now, I'm just tired of cooperating. When you do your job, when you're quiet, nobody cares. when I didn't do my schoolwork, when I was an absolute mess in school, that's when people would care. It wouldn't be good care. It would put me in a room for hours. But it was a variation, a form of care that was better than what happened when I fell in line. And when you realize that I can't even stop these people from punishing me if I wanted to, that if I wanted to comply, I lack the faculties, the emotional stability, the pre-established routine, punctuality, cleanliness, self-care routine. I can't do any of this. I can't. Like, even if I wanted to, I'm going to end up homeless. And then from there, I don't know. I think things have to get worse before they get better. I'm not giving up on life. I'm giving up on this. Because at the end of the day, this is just an empty box filled with trivialities and things that help me cope with the lack of value in my life. I'm not giving up on life, I'm saying no. I don't care, knowing full well later on I will care. I will be forced to care. And I don't care that I will care. I cannot do it. I won't do it. So follow through with whatever threat need be. Maybe I can preserve my autonomy, saying no to such a point that maybe somebody might care beyond this idea of just endless punishment. Maybe there could be a recognition of the idea that, hey, this might be a unviable situation as is, and I'm putting my foot down right here, right now, because what would be worse than losing my home is being trapped inside these walls, left to my own devices. The freedom of solitude for the cost of the loneliness of dying alone. I look around this place, it's been a mess. Ever since I've lived here, it's been a mess. The situation is untenable. If this continues, I'm going to die. Not saying that going homeless is all that much better of a situation, but hey, I cannot carry a mess on my back. My own self is already too much to carry around and around. I'm not too sure where this future's going to lead me. A level of radical acceptance. That there's punishment for not doing things, sure, but there's also just you don't pay your rent, you end up on the street. It's not necessarily punishment as it is consequence for an action. But I don't know. But I know this part of me that wants to put my head through this wall, punch this TV, punch myself over and over again, kill myself. The parts of me that want to do that are fully on board with this idea. No. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing these things that you ask of me. And I am able to control my own self-destructive impulses. What I can't control is my self-destructive impulse to do absolutely nothing and let the hurt fall onto me from other sources besides my own hand. That was one of the caveats of building everything that I have so far, is that I'm ready to throw it away. It's just that, I wasn't expecting a level of value that I can attain from life. But none of it's here. This place. This is a place of suffering. This is a box I hide myself in. These are the boundaries in which I maintain. So it's not like whatever the hell is going to happen anytime fast. These processes take time, are long and dragged out, and I have a lot of time to come to my senses. But yeah, this is an ongoing problem, and I trust that it will continue to be an ongoing problem to a point in which people are just not going to be willing to step up and save me. Not that what was done beforehand was saving me. I have been afforded these walls to die in. I have been rewarded this space to stay away in. I am speaking hypotheticals for possible, even probable actions taken if I keep breathing, because I might not just be looking to lay back and let it rot, but well, acting upon giving up, where it isn't inaction, giving up by laying in bed, but giving up via action, in which thus far I haven't been able to follow through with successfully. And stepping back out of an arbitrary point of view of all of this, and speaking about the potential of active suicidal behavior. But what's new? What's new? When has this never been a threat that I've placed on myself? When has this never been an acceptable consequence of the full extent of saying no? When has this not been an escape hatch? I've spent long enough in an ICU bed, few hospitals and all of that, to think of it and speak of it versus actually doing it. But still, the realities of the idea that I'm speaking about accepting death do not hit me. Otherwise, the reality of that would prevent me from actually speaking about this so detached. I'm detached. So, I could say no and continue to live, letting others do the dirty work of getting me towards the edge so I can just step forwards. Or I could just walk towards that edge myself and do it right then and there. Here and now. But does that ever actually happen? The realities of such actions and consequences versus philosophizing as a video and a voice. No, I'm not giving up. I am saying no